Hello everyone, this is Jacob Goji here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Playmates Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire Ultimate Titan Battle Pack. So this set just came out of nowhere though, you know, without Playmates announcing it though, or showing any pictures of it. But you know, this set is a Target exclusive though, and it's $45, which is a pretty good price though. I mean, when I went to Target, I was expecting them not to have it, but they do have it though, you know. And this set is really cool, you know, and pretty good for $45. Well, why not? Let's not waste any more time and take a look at the set and see if it's worth adding to your collection. The first thing we can take a look at is, of course, the box. Now, this is probably the best box art that Playmates has made, though. Like, I really like the crystals in the background, and we can see all the figures in the window, which looks nice. And right here it says, includes 5 Titans, Godzilla Evolved, Kong with Beast Glove, Scar King, Shimo, and Mothra. And then it says Ultimate Titan Battle Pack. Here's the front of the box. Here's the side of the box. Here's the other side. And here's the back. And on the back, and the back of the packaging looks really cool. Like we have a picture of Godzilla, Kong, Mothra, Scar King, and Shimo. All of the 5 Titans that come in the set. And there's some information about them. Yeah, pretty cool. So we got Godzilla Evolved with Heat Ray, Kong with Beast Club and Heave, Mothra with Gia, Scar King with Whiplash, and Shima with Frostbite Blast. And then we get to the top of the box, which is nothing special. And in the bottom, shows the assembly for Godzilla and Shimo. And then you may want to scan that barcode so you can take that to Walmart and see if they have it or not. And that's pretty much it for the box though. So yeah. Alright guys, so now we have these 5 figures out of the box. So these are all the 5 Titans you get. You get Godzilla, Shimo, Kong, Scar King, and Mothra. And the accessories that we'll get to later. But let's take a look at Godzilla first. So here we have a supercharged Godzilla Evolved. So the sculpt is pretty much the same as the other 2 figures, which still looks good, even though it's kind of based on the concept design. But the paint job on this figure is really nice though, you know. I'm so glad that they fixed the paint job on this figure. Like, it has the more accurate magenta color, which I really do like. Yeah, you know, like you can see all the red. It's painted like all pink, all magenta with a charcoal black dry brushing, which looks really cool to make it look like Godzilla's like supercharging when he's about to shoot his atomic breath right at Scar King. And I kind of wish they painted the eyes though, which would have been nice though. They could have maybe painted them white or a bright pink, I don't know. And then we have the inside of the mouth, which has some magenta in it. And then the teeth aren't painted. But you know, it's a I mean, these figures are for kids, so they're not going to look the best though. Yeah, but I'm so glad that they fixed the paint job on the dorsal plates though, you know. They gave it the more accurate translucent magenta color, which looks really nice if you like. Yeah, you can see right there. Really cool. I'm so glad that Playmates wasn't lazy, you know, and then they changed the color. And then we got the tail, which has magenta, which looks really nice. And I like how this time the color is more consistent. But I kind of wish they painted magenta on the door on these plates right here, which would have been nice. And I kind of wish the elbow spikes was translucent as well. And it would have been nice to make the tail translucent. But you know. So, not much to talk about this figure since it's basically the same as the other 2 figures. So, that's all for Supercharged Godzilla Evolved. The next figure we're going to take a look at is Shimo. So, the sculpt for Shimo is basically the same as the other ones. We got the one from the 2-pack and then the standard figure. But the paint job on this figure is really nice though. I really like the purple color that they went with. And then the paint job on the eyes looks so much better though. Much better than just a blue dot though. And then the paint job on the tongue is a little bit more glossier, and the teeth is basically just the same. But it would have been nice if they painted the whole mouth pink though. And I really like how I really like the purple paint job that they went for, like the spray paint, which looks really nice to make it look like Shimo's firing out her Frostbite Blast. And then the translucent spikes on her back are still really nice though. Really like if you shine them, yeah, they're still good. And I kind of wish they painted the nails though. They could have painted the claws like a navy blue color, just like in the movie. Unlike the monsters, which painted them black. And then with the tail, we have some, and it's painted white over here. And then we can see some purple over here. Yeah, pretty nice. It's really cool. So not much to talk, and just like Godzilla, not much to talk about it since, you know, it's the same figure. And the next figure we're going to take a look at is Kong with Beast Glove. So if you know, so Kong pretty much looks the same as the other figures, like the one from the 2-pack and the standard figure. But it has a different paint job. So like, you can see that Kong has like this snowy color that he has on him. Probably to make him look like in the movie after Shimo froze Scar King and then Kong smashed him into pieces. Or, you know, when Shimo was about to freeze Kong's arm again. Yeah, and the paint job on it is pretty good though. And I really like the paint job on the eyes though. Paint job on the eyes look a lot better this time, you know? Not as derpy. But I kind of wish they painted the silver tooth though, which is kind of a letdown though. And then we got the Beast Glove, which has some nice white, white on it. But it's a shame that they didn't paint this part of the Beast Glove, which would have been really great though. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. They could have like used yellow. They could have painted yellow over here and then silver right here and over here as well. And then we get to the back though. And then the paint, and we can see some more white on the back. That snowy paint job. And then Kong doesn't have that burn he had from Godzilla from GVK. Which, I mean, it is accurate because I didn't know he had that in the movie. So, yeah. So, Kong looks pretty good overall. And he's pretty much the same as the other figures. So, yeah. The next figure we have is, of course, the powerful and ruthless ape, Scar King. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Just kidding. Yeah, so Scar King is pretty much going to look the same as the standard figure in the 2-pack version, but except as a more glossier paint job. And then we get the paint job on the face, as you can, let me zoom the camera. His eyes are painted more of a red color with some yellow pupils. I think it's supposed to resemble Scar King's look in Brazil when he reached the surface, because that's what he looked like in the film. I think that's what he looked like in the movie though, when he was in Brazil, like on the beach. And then right here we have some nice lava color. I don't know if this is sand or lava glow, but tell me in the comments below of what this orange paint job is supposed to be. But it actually looks pretty good. Kind of makes it look like Scar King is in his lair at Lava Falls. And then we got some dry brushing on the arms, and then on the back, pretty cool. But they didn't do any dry brushing on the back of the legs, or they didn't even do dry brushing on the bone whip, you know, which would have been cool. And I kind of wish they included the crystal he uses to control Shimo, which would have been nice though, you know. Or maybe it should have came with it, like the crystal. You have the crystal and you can attach it to Scar King's bone whip, which would have been a great accessory to come with. But, you know. So, Scar King pretty much looks the same, but still pretty good, though. And last but not least, we have Mothra. So, I've been looking for Mothra for months. Yeah, I know people have been having trouble finding the 6-inch Mothra from Playmates, like by itself, but it's really hard to find it at Target or, you know, Walmart. Like, I looked in all those stores and they didn't have Mothra at all. But, you know, at least once I saw the Ultimate Titan Battle Pack version, the Titan Battle Pack, you know, where it included Mothra, I knew I had to get this set right away though. But, you know, I have Mothra now. So overall, the sculpt of Mothra looks pretty good, you know, for a $10 figure, even though it's not going to look the best because, you know, this is a kid's toy. But this is a lot better than Jakks Pacific. And the paint job on this figure is pretty decent though. Like, I really like the white paint job that Mothra has. And then her eyes are painted blue. And then her claws are painted like a black color, which looks nice. Her body's painted like an orangish brown color, which is pretty accurate to how she looked in the film. And then her wings. I really like the wings, you know. I don't care if they're stickers or not. Yeah, these are stickers, but you know, but they look really good though, you know. I really like, they look just like how they did in the film, like how they did in King of the Monsters and Godzilla and Kong the New Empire. Well, Mothra and King of the Monsters had more blue on her wings, but in Godzilla x Kong the New Empire, her wings had more yellow and orange. And then there's her and this part of wing pattern is supposed to resemble Godzilla's eyes, which is pretty surprising, you know, since it shows that Godzilla and Mothra have a symbiotic relationship. But you know, they're not together though. They're not a couple. Mothra is just a trusted ally to Godzilla. Get your facts straight. Yeah, so overall for Mothra, her sculpt is really good. And she has a really nice paint job. And the decals are nice, you know, even though some fans won't like them. But you know, it's a $10 toy. Articulation for these figures are going to pretty much be the same though. So for Godzilla Evolved, his jaw's on a hinge. His arms are on swivels. His legs are on swivels. And then his feet can rotate. And his tail is on a ball joint. So yeah, articulation on Godzilla Evolved has not changed at all. I mean, you can't really move the head, which would have been nice to improve, but you know, it's just, I mean, it's the same figure anyways. As for Shimo, her jaw is on a hinge, and then her head is on a hinge as well, in a swivel, and then her arms are on swivels and hinges, and then her legs are also on swivels, so you can get her to stand up, just like the other figures. And then her hands her hands and feet are on swivels, and her tail is on a ball joint. So yeah, so that's Shimo's articulation, which is yet again the same. And for Kong, his head is on a swivel, just like the other figure, and then his arms are on hinges, and it's kind of an improvement over the regular Kong. And they're on swivels as well. And then his wrist is also on a swivel. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit more, it's a little less stiff this time. But I kind of wish they added articulation on the waist though, you know. Like you know, a ball joint like Scar King. And then we got the legs, which are also on hinges, like the other figures, as well as the knees. So yeah, so that's all for Kong's articulation. And for Scar King, his head is on a swivel, just like the other figure. So put that bone width back in. His arms are on swivels and hinges, but the articulation here is a little bit more smoother. And then his wrists are also on swivels. And surprisingly, his waist articulation is an improvement over the other figures. Like, it has more range, so you can get him to many cool poses, like this kicking pose, you know. I'm glad that they improve on it, and it makes a squeaky noise. And his legs are on hinges and swivels as well, so you can get him into some really cool poses. So yeah, so Scar King's articulation is pretty much the same, but this time it's a lot better. The waist is less stiff, and then the arms are not as, and the wrists are not as stiff as they were on the other figures. So yeah, so that's all for Scar King's articulation. As for Mothra's articulation, Mothra doesn't have that much articulation on her body because she's a small figure. So let's take a look at it. So her wings are on hinges, so you can get them to go down. And they're also on a swivel, so you can like rotate Mothra's wings. Or you can fold them back though. Yeah, it's pretty good. So Mothra's articulation is pretty basic for a small figure. And as for accessories, the accessories are going to pretty much be the same. So for Godzilla Evolved's accessories, of course, the atomic breath effect, you know, or the heat ray, whatever you like to call it. The heat ray is pretty much going to be the same as the other past two figures, but it sucks how they didn't change the color on the heat ray. Like, they did it with the dorsal plates, but why not change the color on the heat ray effect, which would have been really nice though. Yeah, it does suck though, but I kind of wish they changed the color to magenta instead of, you know, keeping it red. And just like the other figures, you just put the heat ray in his mouth. Nothing special, so yeah. And as for Shimo comes with their Frostbite Blast, which is also the same. But I kind of wish they made it a little bit more purple, or like a brighter purple, which would have been nice. And just like Godzilla Evolved, you just put it right in her mouth. And that's pretty much it though. Not much to talk about. And as for Kong comes with this biomimic heath, which has the same paint job, which sucks. But I kind of wish they painted this heath like to have that camouflage color, where it has the black and white stripes on it, like to mimic the vertices. I don't know what those bird things are called, but it would have been nice to paint it though. And of course, Scar King comes with his bone whip, which is nothing special, and all you do is just put it in his hand like that, and now he's holding his holding his whiplash. But it would have been better if he came with the crystal, you know, to make it look like he's controlling Shimo. But you know, that would have been a great addition. And as for Mothra comes with Gia. So Gia is a pretty small figure, and her paint job is pretty good, you know, but she's not like, and she's pretty detailed for a small figure though. Yeah, it may not look like her, probably because this is a really tiny figure, and you know, it's pretty detailed, but she doesn't like scale. She's not really in scale with Mothra though, you know. I mean, because Mothra's supposed to be way bigger, you know, because humans are really small compared to Titans. So yeah, so that's all for accessories. Here's a size comparison between all the other Godzilla x Kong the New Empire monsters. So you can see these are all the monsters I have from Godzilla and Kong the New Empire. I have Godzilla, Kong, Mothra, Zuko, Doug, Tiamat, Warthog, Scar King, and Shimo. Yeah, and all these three figures go perfect together. Yeah, so I have almost all the Godzilla x Kong monsters from Playmates. Now I just need One Eye and Drowned Viper, which I do plan to find soon though. Like, I hope they have them at my local Walmart by now. So, and I really hope Playmates makes a Scylla figure. Yeah, please Playmates make a Scylla figure. And I heard that they're going to come out with more Godzilla x Kong figures soon. Like, I heard we're getting a real feel Godzilla and a real feel Kong, which I probably won't get though, since, you know, I already have these figures. But yeah, I hope they continue to make more, since Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire, their toy line is a huge success right now, you know? Like, their figures have sold better than any other of their MonsterVerse products, like the GBK figures, and even the Toho monsters. But, you know, all these three figures go perfect together to recreate some battle scenes. Well, I don't have Kong with Battle Axe or Godzilla Energized, which I'm probably not going to get them because they're pretty much the same. And besides, I'm waiting for the Haya. And I hope the Haya Godzilla Evolved comes out this month, since, you know, I did pre-order the figure, so I hope I get that figure for Christmas. So yeah, so this is all for size comparison. I gotta say, this set is really amazing. This is probably the best thing that Playmates came out with so far. And your kids will have fun playing with the set. And in fact, it's just in time for the holidays. So to all the parents, if your kids want this set really bad, or anyone who wants this, get it now before it's too late. Because, you know, they're probably going to sell out pretty quick, and it's probably going to be rare in the future. So to the parents, get this set for Christmas for your kids because they will have a lot of fun playing with this set. I give the set a 9.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Jacob Goji signing out.